Mailbag time here at Chat Sports. All of our questions coming in from our live audience on YouTube and on Facebook. A super chat here from Burnin Spades, his mock draft here. Lawrence 1, Wilson 2, Fields 3, Pitts 4, Chase 5, Waddle 6, Smiths at 7, Sewell at 8, Surtain at 9, and Pay at 10. I hate the number 10 pick. If the Cowboys draft Kwity Paye at 10, just fade me now. I hate that idea. Otherwise, a good mock draft. Pressy, who can the Panthers get since Sam Darnold? So I assume you mean in round 1. I think Kyle Pitts is very much in play. I think offensive line is in play. And I think Patrick Surtain has now entered the conversation at number 8 as well for Carolina. From Trezzy, should Dallas sign Alex Smith or RG3 or roll with Gilbert? I wouldn't mind a Gilbert RG3 backup quarterback competition with maybe a rookie thrown in there too. But honestly, guys, Alex Smith is washed. Like, if he has to play, he's not going to be good. So I would rather than look younger or more athletic than just going with Alex Smith. From Preston, who should the Eagles take in the later rounds? I mean, I think for Philadelphia, maybe you start looking defense or O-line late. Maybe a guard, maybe another defensive lineman. They always seem to look at linebackers late, so I don't know if he's going to be there, but several Ohio State players could make some sense on day 3. From Ray Martinez, biggest jump in first-round prospect right now. Where does he go? From the conversations in the past month, the media, myself included, have caught up on Jamin Davis, the linebacker from Kentucky. I think he goes round 1. Probably not top 15, top 25, top 20. That could be in play. So keep an eye out on Jamin Davis from Kentucky, a linebacker. Eder Salazar, should the Niners draft Lance or Fields? My answer is yes, either of them. I have Justin Fields higher. So I would take Justin Fields before Trey Lance. I would take both of them over Mac Jones. From Taruka Shao, should the Broncos select Patrick Surtain, Parsons, or whatever is left at quarterback? If whatever is left at quarterback does not include Mac Jones, and it is either Justin Fields or Trey Lance, give me the quarterback. If they are both gone, I don't want Mac Jones. I would then take probably Micah Parsons over Surtain for Denver because they don't need a cornerback. I think they're fine right now. I think the immediate impact will be more felt at linebacker compared to cornerback. Question for you guys now. Who has had the best offseason so far? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. If you get the ad break here on YouTube, scroll on down and get your votes in. From Mark, hey Tom, how are you? I'm doing good, Mark. Thank you for asking. Regarding the Vikings, who is a suitable replacement for Kyle Rudolph? If you're looking draft here, how about a Hunter Long out of Boston College in round 4? Good blocking tight end. Maybe Tommy Tremble if you want to go earlier than that. I know that they like to use 2 tight ends. I don't think a premium pick is going to be spent, though, on that. So I was looking more day 3. Hunter Long from Boston College makes sense to me. Robert says, hey, guys, great job as usual. Thank you, Robert. If the Patriots don't go quarterback in the first round, who will they go after? I don't know, man. I could see them doing something weird, like taking a tackle like a Christian Dare, so I'm making him a swing guy for a year because they're weird like that, or adding a receiver if one of them falls, or going linebacker, or adding another defensive back. Receivers in play, too, if there's a goal on the board. If I'm New England, I would go all out and try to find a way to get my quarterback in round 1 this year. If not, I might just trade the pick and move down pretty substantially. From Elijah, where does Najee Harris land? So a couple teams are out there. Jets could be in play. The Falcons in round 2 kind of seem like his floor as far as I'm concerned. Steelers, Bills in round 1 as well. Those 4 teams make the most sense to me in terms of Najee Harris destinations. From Adam White, will the Seahawks add another pass rusher? Probably not. I think Seattle's in a good enough spot in terms of their defensive line to not need one. They have Carlos Dunlap, have Benson Mayowa, Kerry Hyder, Darrell Taylor, Rasheem Green / LJ Clark can play inside-outside there. Alton Robinson as well. So they have guys to fill that role. Like, all 6 of those dudes, I think they could make the roster. So it's possible, but I think Seattle's pretty much done at the edge rusher spot. From Grady Barton, should Miami draft Kyle Pitts? Good question. If he is there at number 6 overall, I would consider it. Because I can put him on the field along with Mike Gesicki, and he is a better prospect than Mike Gesicki ever was. And I think NFL-wise, will be a better player as well. If they just want another receiver, take Jamar Chase, take Jalen Waddle, take Devonta Smith, it's fine. But yes, I would strongly consider Pitts in round 1. As it relates to Kyle Pitts, make your predictions. Who do you think will draft Pitts in round 1? Is it going to be the Dolphins, the Bengals, the Panthers, somebody else altogether? Make your guesses as to who will draft Kyle Pitts. From Hello, should the Seahawks move up for Caleb Farley? Talent-wise, I love the idea. The problem comes, however, as it relates to actually getting him. Seattle does not have draft capital. So getting Caleb Farley is difficult unless he slides all the way to late round 2, in which case the back's messed up and you probably don't want him anyway. Epic Gaming 8. Who should the Eagles take at 12? If one of the big 4 playmakers are there, they could look at Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith. That makes sense there. If they're off the board, J.C. Horn, Surtain make a lot of sense. So I'd say one of those 6 guys fit. From Roger, I think the Niners will draft Fields. If they trade Jimmy G, what do they do with the about $40 million in cap space? So I'm not really sure where you're getting $40 million in cap space from, because the Niners have okay, so you're getting the 20 they have right now and 20 next year from saving. Okay, so I get that then. Never mind. They save it because it's going to get tight in the future. So they probably don't spend much of it right now. Instead, they'd roll it over into future deals because they got a lot of big money contracts coming up. But a 5th, for all those, I don't think make enough sense in the end for Jimmy Garoppolo on that front there. Today's show was made possible by the Newsbreak app. Head over to chatsports.com/newsbreak. When you use that URL, you're able to download the Newsbreak app. You can stay updated and knowledgeable about what's going on in your community and with local news. And you can even get some Chat Sports videos for your favorite teams as well. Chatsports.com/newsbreak. Support the show by downloading the app at chatsports.com/newsbreak. That link, by the way, will be in both the comments and in the description. So if you want to stay updated and be smart about what's going on in your community, download the app. Chatsports.com/newsbreak. From Benzie, what a great name. Is there any way Trey Lance can fall to 20 for the Bears? I don't see how. My answer is going to be simply no there. From CC, Mac Jones to Green Bay is the best natural fit. No, it's not. They have Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. What are they doing with Mac Jones? I don't. If you want to talk scheme, okay, but the Niners scheme and the Packers scheme and the Jets scheme are all kind of similar. So in the end, I'm going to go with no. It's not a good fit there in terms of Mac Jones. That doesn't make sense from the Green Bay's perspective. From Jason Moore, which is more helpful for Miami, Sewell, Pitts, or Chase? Yes. I think that Green Bay and Cincinnati are in very similar spots. There's really no way they can go wrong. Those are 3 great prospects. Help them immediately. So whichever one you want, go take them. From Mohamed, does Gregory Rousseau make any sense for my Bears? No, because you have to take him in round 1. He's an edge rusher when you have Khalil Mack and, in theory, Robert Quinn. So you take him, sure, but then you need a right tackle, a safety, a cornerback, interior defensive lineman, a receiver. So from a need especially perspective, I don't think Rousseau's a fit for Chicago. From Carlos, what do the Raiders do at pick number 17? I think right tackle makes sense. I think Tevin Jenkins, Christian Darrisaw could be in play there. The opening of the Trevon Merrick window could be an option there. If there's a great guy that slides, be a receiver or corner, could also be in play. I think those areas, though, tackle and safety, maybe an edge or a linebacker, but probably less so, all make some sense for the Raiders there with that first-round pick. But in general, I'd say watching out for a tackle or for a safety as the main areas of focus for the Raiders. From the Waffle Channel, Devontae Parker or Will Fuller. Of those two, give me Parker. Both are great. I do trust Parker a little bit more to actually be out there on the field. Fuller's always seemingly missing time. So from that perspective, I'll take Devontae Parker over the other two. Now, all of these mailbag questions are done live on Chat Sports. So if you want to be a part of it, you got to subscribe. Link is below. Hit that big red button and join us for videos every single day on the NFL and on the NBA and all the major sports. If you want to be a fun sports fan and a smart sports fan, hit that big red button and subscribe. From John, outside of the big three receivers who could or should Green Bay draft 29. So I got 5 names here for you. I've got Rashad Bateman from Minnesota and Terrace Marsh from LSU. 2 guys who fit the bigger vertical outside threat role the Packers tend to like. 3 slottier receivers, like the slot guys, right? Rondell Moore, Kadarius Toney, and Elijah Moore. Any of those 5 guys, I'd be good with a 29 for Green Bay. Izzy World, Cowboys double dip, Surtain round 1, Samuel round 2. I love it. Surtain becomes your outside corner, Samuel becomes your nickel guy. I don't think that the Cowboys would actually do it, however. I don't think that that's a path they choose to pursue. From Brendan Owens, is there a defensive player worth taking for Atlanta at number 4? I don't think so. You know, I think that they pass on it. Like, Micah Parsons, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, not worth 4. Every defensive lineman, not worth 4. Patrick Surtain, I don't think so. If they trade down, he could be in play. Outside of that, I don't think so. Speaking of defensive players in this year's draft, who do you believe is the best one? Before his injury, I had Caleb Farley, but a second back surgery turns me off the Virginia Tech cornerback. Outside of him, Surtain, the cornerback from Alabama, is my next guy up. So let me know what you guys think. Who is the best defensive player in this year's draft? For my boy CCFI Frenzo, Phillips at 18 to Miami. If you trust the medical, I'm on board. He's my number 1 edge, even with the medical side of it. Fit-wise, good fit. Talent-wise, it's a no-brainer. It all comes down to the medical. So if Miami clears Jaelan Phillips at number 18 from a medical perspective, I am all for taking that edge rusher in round 1. I don't know if they're going to, but from a talent and need perspective, it is a very good match. It simply comes down to the medical side of it. From David Gian, trade Gallup for Gilmore if Pitts falls at 10. I don't know how likely that ends up being. So a trade is possible. I don't know what Gilmore's value is, however. So we'll see on that front. From Jacob, who are your early comeback player of the year candidates? Dak Prescott, guys. Come on. The same way that everyone knew Alex Smith was going to win it, this is Dak Prescott's award pretty easily there. I would be stunned if, of course, it was an entire year, anyone not named Dak Prescott wins the award in 2020. He's big-time name, big-time team, coming back in that role. Unknown Ethan, who is the Taysom Hill in this year's draft? The answer is nobody. Not to be rude, but the Taysom Hill role is invented by Sean Payton, just by Sean Payton. So I don't know, Ian Book and Felipe Franks are the athletic ability to kind of do it, but I don't think that NFL teams should be trying to find a Taysom Hill player, because in general, taking your quarterback off the field is a bad idea. So your quarterback's not good enough, or you're taking your best player off the field, and that's kind of stupid as far as I'm concerned. From Carlos, who are the top 3 free safeties in this draft? In order for me at least: Trevon Merrick out of TCU, Richie Grant from Central Florida, and then Javon Holland out of Oregon. From Nicholas Porter, should Seattle draft or sign a wide receiver? My approach would be this. For now, I would focus on the draft. I would see if I can get a great one in round 2, or if someone slides to me in round 4. And if not, I revisit that after the draft. There are still some decent players out there on the open market. So I would say draft first, and then post-draft, see what the value looks like in free agency.